iDubbbz, a famous YouTuber, his girlfriend just made an OnlyFans account where you can post very sexy or pornographic images of yourself for a subscription-based income. Today, we're going to be talking about simping. A simp is a male who is extremely subservient, in many cases, to an undeserving woman, usually in the hopes of winning them over. My name is Cray. This is Fruity. Say hello, Fruity. Yes.
I'm
and
a
today,
simp. What?
Yeah, and Fruity's a simp, and I'm an incel. So we've got very differing opinions on, simp lifestyles and what it is to win a woman over. How do you feel about the whole situation, Fruity?
The whole situation. I feel like this is the most overblown thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
To be honest with you, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know too much about iDubbbz and his past of talking. Apparently, he has the past of talking about making fun of people someone who's exactly who he's now dating. I don't know. Could you explain?
Kind of like the hypocrisy of it all. Yeah, so his fans and community have kind of, a lot of them have kind of started attacking him in comments or making videos about him, especially the commentary community online. And I think one of the main reasons is they feel as if they've been betrayed in the sense of hypocrisy, where, in the past, iDubbbz has cracked jokes or made comments about sex workers, calling them whores or sluts, or being really derogatory to women online who are in, the sex industry. So now a lot of his audience are kind of like, the fuck, dude? Like, 1 second you're saying that all women who do sex work are this, and now you're dating a woman who you yourself kind of defined as being in sex work, And I guess, there's kind of like the people who are just like, I think every woman who posts nudes or posts herself looking sexy online is scum. There's a lot of people out there like that, and I guess there's those people and then the other people who are just kind of like, you're being a hypocrite.
Wait, so the people who are saying this are being like, we don't like you anymore because you are not condescendingly speaking of sex workers anymore. Is that like kind of it? That's okay. All right.
Well, that's like one argument coming from people. I guess right now, because the drama and the heat is so high, there's so many differing opinions online. But one comment I found is this: he's lying to himself, and deep down he knows it, and he is heavily insecure about it. You can tell how emotional he was by the arguments alone. He usually has a pretty well-formulated argument, but the majority of these were half-assed, and he's clearly just showing her an emotional response over a logical response. So people think that he's being manipulated, which is a symptom of symptom, like being a simp.
Symptom of being a simp. Is that
Yeah.
symptom?
I wanted to add wordplay there, but I don't think it went my way. But so imagine a YouTuber kind of coming online and not acting the way you think that they usually act. I think there's that side of it as well. But at the end of the day, it's up to the individual to decide,
See, what I don't really get is that can you be a simp to your girlfriend? Because that doesn't really make sense to me.
That's a good question. And, in PewDiePie's video, he mentioned, aren't the true simps the ones who pay for the content, Like, how can iDubbbz be a simp? Because it's his girlfriend. He actually gets to have sex with her. Isn't he more of a pimp? Like, is he a simp or is he a pimp?
No, he's a pimp, actually.
He's a pimp, But, so, yeah, you're right, Fruity. Like,
And the definition of it, he's a pimp in a way. Like, he's setting his girlfriend up to...
Get that money. Get that money. And, then there's been other arguments, Fruity, where people say things like, the internet is an archive forever, right? Where, like, imagine if you post these nudes of yourself online, like, that's how you know that someone's being a simp, is they allow their girlfriend to kind of ruin future jobs and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on.
Okay, so what is the difference between a girl who is posting on OnlyFans versus a porn star?
I guess it's degree. Say iDubbbz girlfriend posted these videos or photos, which you can post to Pornhub and other websites like X videos, a V porn is a little sneaky favorite of mine. So you can post, if you were to post the same images to those sites.
You can post videos. You can post something that you post on Pornhub, but just make money out of it.
Oh, yeah. You can, but it's not subscription based on things like Pornhub's. There's also kind of the social view of what OnlyFans is versus pornography, right? And I wonder how people view a website like OnlyFans versus Pornhub, and you're so right. Like, what is the difference?
Yeah, because I know, I think you and I both have friends that are on OnlyFans who have recently gone on OnlyFans that were Twitch streamers and now they're just now on OnlyFans. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You do what you do. You do what you do. Because I don't specifically know what they're posting, but when does that line get crossed on when?
Oh, between like posting a nude versus full-blown pornography?
Because it's much different. You're a porn star. You're a porn star. Like, whoa. And then when you're on OnlyFans, you're just posting a few pictures, and then it's more seemingly innocent. But when does that line cross?
Well, let me give you a very interesting take from Terry Crews. So, for Terry Crews is an ex-porn addict, and his take on porn is any image, video, and or anything that you view and see as an object of only sexual gratification is pornography. So nudes, it's more about the person who is viewing the content. It's how they view the content which depicts whether or not it is pornography. So if you take a selfie, Fruity, right, from the neck up, only your face, that's it, and somebody views you as an object and, I don't want to say it, but maybe faps to you. Okay, I had to say it. I had to. But then that is pornography. However, it really depends on, how we as a society view women in sex work online. Like you said, where is the boundary? If I'm just getting pounded into the dirt, boom, 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 is that porn, or is porn posting nudes? I don't know. Like, where is the line between those?
We as a society view the two things very differently. And people who post videos in porn make a lot less than people who post on OnlyFans. But yet, we accept people who post on OnlyFans a bit more. And I'm like, there doesn't seem to be much benefit of being a porn star if you could just do
OnlyFans.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
Well, let me ask you a question, Fruity. Do you think that if Marcus, your man, your hubby, the man of your dreams, was to start posting nudes, let's start with nudes. He starts posting nudes and lewds, so you can see, all his abs, V-taper, lots of leg, maybe holding his bulge and things like that. Do you think that, would you have a problem?
Okay.
Would you have a problem?
Would I have a? Oh, that's a good question. I think I would have a problem with it. Yes, I think I would. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. I initially want to pretend that I would be like, oh, I'm cool with it and everything. You get that money. If this is your passion, you do it. But I don't know. I think I would have a little bit of a problem with it.
Really? That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. And I don't think... I'm kind of on iDubbbz's side in the way of allowing my partner or my girlfriend to do whatever she kind of wants, as long as it's not cheating. If it's straight up sexual acts, then I will openly admit I would have a problem with that, because I do hold sex to a high degree. I do think that sex is like... I can't explain it. Maybe I don't have the words, but, kind of not spiritual, but, I think it's...
Yeah, no, it's an emotional connection.
It's an emotional connection. Yeah. So to see, a partner be okay with having sex with other people, I have to straight up say it ain't for me. But if my girlfriend was posting lewds and semi-nudes, I think I would be okay with it as long as it makes her feel good and, you know, there are those kind of boundaries. Yeah, I think I would be okay.
I think there's like, yeah, it's tough because there's lewds everywhere. I think I'd be okay with lewds. I think,
Okay.
you know, there's sexy pictures. You do that. But then there's like, you see in like magazines, you got like, they do like those nude photo shoots. There's like kind of like classy nude photo shoots. Like that's, we view that as fine. But straight up like, here's my pussy.
Yeah.
Here's my dick and ball.
Yeah,
And that's when
yeah.
it's like, I don't know about that. You know, I can't imagine being, I can imagine people wanting to do that for their partner, wanting to be like, yeah, get that thing.
Do whatever you want. Yeah.
Because one of his arguments I remember was that it was like, hey, it's just a pussy. All pussies are the same, or something like that. I mean, you would say that's factually true because, you know, you describe all vaginas the same. Please don't do that again.
I won't. And I'd like to apologize. I'm sorry.
But does it begin to feel less special to you, is the question. If everyone else is seeing it, does it feel less special?
I'm not sure, you know. I think there's a distinction that we have to kind of make now, and that's between, you know, like what you're saying, Fruity, like, you know, it would feel less special, but that's your relationship versus others hating from afar on the internet into somebody else's relationship, you know? I think that's an interesting kind of distinction. And I don't personally know if, you know, lewds or nudes make me feel as if my relationship would be any worse. In fact, I think it would kind of be like, wow, like body positivity, you know? I'd feel kind of good to know that my girlfriend or partner was like, damn, I'm sexy, and I know I am, and I'm going to post a photo where I feel great. And yeah, you may be able to see a bunch of my cleavage, and I may be in a bikini, but, you know, I'm rocking it. I'm at the beach. It's a beach photo shoot.
Again, I feel like bikini photos and that is something that I'm not considering. I'm thinking of just full-on nudes.
Oh, full-on nudity.
Sexy nudes. I think lewds, sexy pics are actually a bit of a different. I wouldn't mind that sort of thing. But yeah, when it comes to nudes, it's like, nah. Because people post I post bikini photos. A lot of people do that. That's not really the same.
For me, I don't know if I would be completely okay if my girlfriend was legs spread, fucking, you know, blah, fucking blah. Here's my fucking vagina, you know, blah. I don't know.
Have to describe it. We can already tell.
Sorry. Yeah, you could tell by the blah, you know, But that's just my individual relationship, you know, and I don't mean to hate on anybody in sex work because, A, you keep killing it. You know, you keep killing it.
I couldn't do it, so it's a good thing you do it for the people who need it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Question for you I've got to ask about the difference between OnlyFans and Pornhub is why do people want OnlyFans so bad? Why are people paying so much? Like people are earning like £30,000. One woman was earning like a month. I didn't even think she was like an influencer or anything like that. She was just earning that. Why do people want OnlyFans?
I personally think. Are you ready for this?
It seems like they see less, but
they see less. But to them, I think what's happening is it feels personal. When you go and you watch Pornhub and other content, it doesn't feel personal to you. But when you're on OnlyFans and you're scrolling through and you're, you know, looking at this girl or this guy and you're checking him out, it feels more personal, in my opinion. A lot of the content on there isn't hyper over-edited pornography videos. No, it's a girl taking a nude selfie in her mirror in her bedroom looking hot, or a dude, you know, with a big bulge kind of looking sexy in his kitchen, or doing photo shoots that kind of feel like, hey, you know, Michael, come over and you're an amateur photographer. Come and take photos of me. Bam, I'll give you some money. Boom, I'll post my photos. That's how I make my living. And it feels more like that. At least that's how I see that kind of break that kind of difference, that kind of distinction between them. Why?
Okay.
What would you say?
Okay, no, I just legitimately wanted to know as in why people would pay more for less, I guess. But it's because they know the people personally, or not personally, but like they've gotten to know the people through other means, like Twitch streams or something like that, that they feel, more
I
of a
think
connection.
I think as well, Fruity, that's a good point, is, when I'm buying OnlyFans or going around, I think, I don't know for sure, but, if you're a streamer, right, Fruity? If you're streaming right now, yeah? And your content is not sexualized at all, not one bit, bada bing, bada bang, right? That's your life. But then you decide, hey, I want to jump on OnlyFans, It's that I can't or have never seen you in that light before, and that is why I'm willing to pay for it. With a lot of porn stars, no offense, but I've seen you for free. I've seen you everywhere for free, and you've got so much copious amounts of content of you on the internet doing sexual acts that I don't need to pay.
So if someone like your favorite porn star, Angela White, if she made an OnlyFans, you wouldn't even be tempted to go near it.
I have to be honest. Love you, Angie. Love you, Angela White. Love you, Hitomi Tanaka. Hey, girls, love you to death. But listen up to no. I wouldn't pay. No, I wouldn't pay.
But for someone like a popular YouTuber or someone that you watched a lot, you would consider about it.
Hey, I ain't never seen it before. I want to have a little peek. I want to get my binoculars out and be like, hey, she got that cake. God damn, she thick. That's a thick-ass boy. She thick. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So future jobs in doing that. Because I was thinking, I was looking through a bunch of these accounts and how much they were making. Like someone with 2.5 million followers is making a good chunk of cash. She was making $1 million, I think it was.
Whoa.
I know. And I was thinking, how would this affect future jobs? Probably not as much as I would think. But if it's someone like me who wanted to turn to something like that, I would lose all my sponsorships for it. And I really don't think that payment from the OnlyFans would outweigh the sponsorship.
I was about to say, when people say things like, you post a nude online, that ruins all your future jobs and you'll never get a job even at McDonald's. To that, I say, shut your bitch ass up. Like, that is bullshit, yeah, it's just so bullshit. Like, do you live in the real world, dude? Like, hell no. Do you know how many people, men and women, are living a day to day that have posted pornography online or to a special other, and then they've leaked those nudes and they're still working? Like, shut up, dude. Like, that doesn't happen at all. Not like that. There are rare cases where the media, because I did a little bit of research on this topic, actually, about future jobs. There are instances where teachers have been found out to be ex-porn stars or have done amateur porn, or nudes have been discovered online through, the grapevine, and then they're like, hey, Mrs. Samantha, suck dick. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That would get you fired so quickly if that came out.
And, yeah, they get fired very quickly. But, I'm just going to say the Cray Dog doesn't know if that's fair. I think your previous line of work, if it wasn't murder, if you weren't a hitman, getting
I guess
plowed
it's different
online
if you're in child working, like if you're in like a business with under 18, I would probably,
What?
Like
You'd have a problem with that? With a teacher that...
If I was a boss and a teacher found out that she did porn for a while and that the students knew about it, I just feel like I would have to probably fire her. It might be unfair. It might be. It is kind of unfair, but it's also, how can the kids respect you when they know that? It's hard to get that establishment back of you being in the leadership position.
Yeah, there's a difference between kids knowing and then your peers who are all adults knowing. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's like the only thing which I feel like would be the hardest part. Other jobs, I don't think so. Most jobs, I don't think it would impact you at all.
Well,
but
it's interesting that you mentioned sponsorships, Fruity. It's interesting. Yeah. Do you think you would lose many of your... Because you're a young woman online, playing video games for a living and doing other things for a living as well. Because that is an extension. You do ad work, like for Boost Mobile. You were plastered all over the city on that awesome ad, which was so cool. Do you think you would lose those opportunities if you posted nudes online on an OnlyFans account?
I feel like I would. I feel like the perception of the public would change me and I would lose those sponsorships pretty quickly. I think I really would.
Do you think you would earn more through OnlyFans than doing your sponsored content?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. See, I think it might be like kind of equal is what I figured out.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I was never going to do it anyway, but like strictly financially, I don't think it would have been super beneficial for me. But who knows? I could have popped off and could have spread my ass cheeks to the whole world. Please don't listen to this, Mum. No.
Sorry, Mum. Jesus.
I don't want to do that. I'm never doing that, but yeah.
A lot of the comments on iDubbbz videos and online and online about, a man kind of having a girlfriend who is into sex work online is that she wears the pants in the relationship, that she has the man wrapped around her finger or has him in an immediate subservient position, which is the definition of being a simp, Do you think it's okay for a man in a relationship to be in a subservient position or a beta position or a weaker position than a woman? Do you think that's okay?
It's okay. Sometimes a lot of the relationships, the female dominates the relationship, and that's fine. I mean, I think I prefer relationships, partnership, you're equal. But like some people want to be the subservient. Some people want to be the dominant. It's okay. It's not your fucking relationship.
Damn.
is my biggest issue with why this is a problem to people. I don't really understand. I don't understand how people who claim themselves fans and love watching him are so willing to cancel him and say you've turned our back on us. We've given you your life, so you deserve to live your life the way we think you should live it, which is kind of what some of the arguments were. We're kind of like, hey, we've made you who you are today, so don't be such a simp to your girlfriend.
Be a simp to us.
Be a simp to us.
Be a simp to us.
I don't know. I think the problem stems from him originally being like sex work is beneath him or beneath a lower tier, because I think that's what the kind of vibe I'm getting from that he was speaking of it like that way. But I don't know, if he's changed his tune, that's fine. It's fine. Now he doesn't.
Do you think it's okay if doing this does affect your future jobs? I just read a comment, right? Employers will not hire a qualified person with a history of whoring themselves out on camera, right? So that's their, their first line. And then they say, is it fair? ? That's completely up to you to decide. But you're delusional if you sit there and act like this preference does not exist. So there's the difference between, us talking about a teacher getting caught out and her getting fired because her students realize or know about it. But in the general case, do you think it's fair for you? Do you think it's okay to fire someone because they were in porn?
I mean, it can come back to bite the employer, really, if someone else finds it out. Yeah. Because you can lose respect because people know that about you. It's just the way it is. And if you had two people you were going to hire and you found out one of them did porn, same qualification, same everything, you'd pick the one that didn't. And I think every boss would do that. And I think that's what it comes down to, is that you would much rather hire an employee that hasn't done porn rather than one that does or has done it.
Yeah, that's fair. Can I ask you a question? When it comes to all this iDubbbz drama and people being outraged, how do you feel about outrage culture? How do you feel about kind of the turn and the switch on iDubbbz so quickly, so immediately, and so spontaneously, where he releases one video. It's not as if he's said it repeatedly. It's not as if he's, gone crazy on Twitter. I hope not. I actually haven't checked. But, how do you think about all these people jumping on kind of a bandwagon and making sure that they're posting videos about him and, coming after him in a lot of ways? How do you feel about that? Do you think it's okay to voice your opinion online about those kind of things and be like, yo, dude, your relationship is shit? Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say that?
I guess you could say whatever you want, on the internet. I think it's kind of shocking how much they turned on him. I thought he was one of the most beloved people on the internet.
He was.
By his community.
He is still.
He probably is still. Let's be real. It hasn't hurt him. But people just wanted to turn on him, and now he'll be known for probably a year or so as a simp, or as someone.
The simp king.
He's not one of us anymore, boys. Let's go. And all the, so. I mean, that's how they're going to view him for a year, but it is quite unfair in a way, and it's super unfair because it seems like, I don't know if he was if he really wanted to do this sort of video, if that's really, I don't even know if he cares, to be honest with you. But
I think he should have, when it comes to, not to cut you off, but when it comes to him posting this video, I think he shouldn't have, in my personal opinion. I think sharing a lot about yourself online, which that I personally do a lot of, but I am picky about what I do share, and I am picky about what I do say, pickier than what a lot of people know or would want to admit. I am careful with what I say in the sense of my personal life. I like to try to keep it easy, but one thing I do disagree completely about iDubbbz is he should have never have posted this video. He should have never have posted it. You don't have to address this, dude. You do what you want in your relationship, but it's too personal. It's too much. It's too much. There's no fun in the video. It's straight up just a, shut up, guys. Stop talking about it. I'm doing whatever I want. You guys are, this is how I can't explain it completely, but that's how I feel about it, and yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. And to lead on from that, how do you feel about people looking up to iDubbbz or internet personalities in general, and then them kind of switching in the regards of, in iDubbbz video, Fruity, he says, I'm not your dad. I don't care if you looked up to me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Who cares if you looked up to me? This is how I feel. This is what I'm doing. Screw you. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think it's kind of a plague that people already look up to people with follow counts and that sort of thing. It's kind of a plague in itself that's such a culture. I mean, they're just a person with just a bunch of followers that you enjoy watching. Doesn't mean you have to follow everything they do or anything. And that's
or
when
their political opinions and stuff.
No, who they are as a person, political opinions and everything is super different to what videos you enjoy watching of them. People can't seem to separate the two sometimes and follow whatever their creator does, which gives the creator a lot of powers, and it can be very dangerous at the same time. But no, I hate that that's a thing, because I mean, most content creators I know shouldn't have so much power over the people that they do have, because they don't know enough to lead them in the right direction. So I'm just I'm worried, because I'm thinking about people that we know who have a lot of followers, and being imagining them in a powerful political position. I'm I don't know if that would work as well. I don't know if they would make the right calls.
I've always had this thing, Fruity, right, where if I see one of my friends or a YouTuber, either when I've met them or when we're out, and I hear them talk about something, and, I'm zipping my mouth, or obviously I'm talking too much because that's what I do. But, I've always thought, wow, if only your audience could see you in this light, you would be fucked. I have had that thought.
I've had that thought too.
I've had that many thoughts. I've had that thought. So, if, and I'm not exposing anyone, but if only the audience listening to this right now saw some of their favorite creators or people in the light that we have seen them either in private messages, in real life, at parties, at this location, in an argument with somebody else, or doing this or doing that, you would immediately stop following some of these people. And I will go as far to say, even me, like, you know, I've probably been out and about and said some stupid shit, or been mainly drunk, slipping and vomiting on myself and stuff like that. People, you know, and there's that video online on Baz's channel of me, like, vomiting on myself and stuff like that. It's like, oh, damn. You know, it's like, oh, shit. Like, you know, it's sometimes when I watch that video, I'm like, oh.
He didn't film you vomit on yourself, did he?
No, but I'm saying, like, if it went that far, you know?
I think a lot of the people, like, very close to us, I'm afraid, I'm surprised haven't been cancelled even at least slightly. Just like thinking, like, Lennon is so loose with these terms. He's so loose with how he speaks about things and that. And, you know, we love him before it. And everyone's opinion on Lennon is 100% positive. You don't really see any sort of negative comments to him. Same with you. I don't really see any, like, actual negative comments to you.
Well, I think what I mainly, like, kind of see is comments that Lennon makes online, even risky, edgy, abrasive ones, right? They're all in a joking manner. What scares me, what kind of worries me, is the things that you don't say on camera, that you say away from camera in a serious tone, you know? Like, because I've never heard you say anything, you know, sexist or something that made me kind of go like, ugh, what the fuck, Fruity? You know, like, what the fuck was that? But if you were somebody else, you know, and some other people that I'm in DMs with, I mean, goddamn, dude, like, y'all motherfuckers, like, what are you doing? You know, like,
but
what are
that's
you
how
doing?
it happens, though. Like, that's how normal cancel things work, is people leak DMs.
Yeah,
things.
it's the DMs leaking. Yeah,
but
it's the DMs leaking.
But people want those DMs to be leaked from a certain person for a certain reason. Though I can't imagine anyone wanting the DMs of Lennon to get out there. Because, hey, you know what? You speak a lot different to people you're close with than you do to the public.
Oh, right. I see what you mean. I mean.
I just don't ever see anyone wanting to cancel Lennon or to cancel you. Even if you did say something, even if he did say something equivalent to what someone else said something and got cancelled for it, I just can't see him getting cancelled. And maybe it's because of his audience are younger and less likely to, or I'm not exactly sure the reason for it. But yeah, no, I can't honestly see you getting cancelled. But I have a lot of evidence. This has been a segment that I've wanted to do forever. As soon as we started this, is the cray out of context.
Oh, fucking hell. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brace yourselves. Here we go.
Do you have the video up?
The video there's a video?
There's a video. Yes, there's a 4 minutes and 55 seconds of cray out of context.
Out of context. Are you joking?
Are you ready? Are you ready to be cancelled?
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this.
Let's play the first clip.
This is why, Courtney, nobody will want to seed inside of your vagina. For that very reason that you just said that. Nobody wants to seed you. You are unseedable meat. Yeah, so I referred to that woman as meat.
Unseedable meat.
Unseedable meat, because we were talking about, I believe, how horrid vaginas look. You know, I think they look absolutely atrocious. And, you know, I think Courtney in chat was saying, you know, how hot she was and something like that. So I called her unseedable meat.
Okay.
On to the next one. Yeah, on to the next one. I've had multiple women in the meantime. Whether you like to believe it or not, I get pussy whenever I feel like it. I'm the pussy magnet, bitch. I just flash on my Twitch stats. Boom. Pussy everywhere. Pussy. Oh, God, I said pussy a lot. About that one, people were calling me a virgin online, and I got upset and I got mad because I'm not a virgin. So I got really offended. So I thought I would tell everybody how much pussy I get, and I would tell them that I was in a commanding position because I've got a lot of followers online. So I added that into as a cocky little ego booster for myself that day, which, you know, it went well. It only caused a riot in my chat room. That's all it caused, was people yelling and throwing tomatoes in my general direction. Next one.
Next one.
Jesus.
And I'm just pounding that fat ass. I'm just slapping that huge thing, all oiled up, and I'm just going for it, and you guys are all like, and I'm just straight onto your back, but you love it. And you're like, please, daddy, please. And I'm like, yeah, I know you love it, yeah. Smack, smack. And you're like, yeah, fucking take it, daddy, take it. And I'm like, me Nathan, me Crayator.
Oh, God. What the hell am I doing? Okay. Yeah, that was me describing to the internet how I'd like to have sex with everybody on the internet who is above the age of 22, I believe, was the conversation piece there. And yeah, that was that conversation, really, was just me describing a sexual act online and how I would do it and how I would beat on my chest like a monkey while making sweet love.
Damn, I was hoping you'd find more political things that you say. Oh, I'm going to cancel you, Cray. Just you wait. This was just
That's a little
snippet.
weird, Champ Fruity. Why do you want to cancel me for?
It seems like all you do is talk about sex on in these out of context clips.
That's my sense of humor. I'm proud of my sense of humor. A lot of people think sex is like gross and taboo. It's like, shut up, dude. Like, sex is funny and interesting and comedic. Like, you know, it's great. It's great. People should joke about sex more often. It's not to be taken too seriously, which is why iDubbbz and his girlfriend are allowed to do whatever they want.
Is that the conclusion of...
That's the conclusion.
Would we do it? No. Would you do it? Would you let your girlfriend post on OnlyFans?
I would let my girlfriend
Cray
post.
would Marcus? No. I found out. I asked him very seriously, you know, like, I was thinking of doing it. I was like trying to convince him, but yeah, he felt
out
really
of it.
uncomfortable. Yeah, that was a very uncomfortable moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, because he was like, are you joking, right? Of course you're joking. You know, I was like, but maybe not. It's like, no.
Is it okay for me to say it would be about the degree for me? Like, I don't want full nudity from my partner online, me personally. I don't want full nudity. But lewds, for me, is okay. You know, like lewds, like sexy photo shoot, stuff like that is okay. But maybe that's just me and my personal preference, or, you know,
I don't think it's
sex.
just... I don't know if people would pay that much money for just lewds, would they?
I don't know. I think maybe, but I'm also not really sure, you know? I don't know what people are paying for because I've never actually purchased an OnlyFans. Like,
I
I
like
don't
to
know.
say that that men and women both make a lot of money on OnlyFans. I did my research. I looked into it. I saw a few things I didn't want to see, but but just to see if men would make a lot. And yeah, they do. Don't worry, men. You're fine too. You find your own niche, you're okay. Yeah.
Do you think, Fruity, would you think less of me if I posted very lewdish photos on an OnlyFans? Would you think of less of me, or would you think more of me? If I was like male model kind of style, like online, like, you know, being a male model.
Some of these
dude.
guys aren't male model. I saw like a, you know, what do you call it? Keg belly? What is that one called? The
dad bod.
Yeah, no, I've seen the like dad bods.
Well, I'm not a male model. I was just saying, you know.
No, I was just saying that you could. It doesn't mean you don't have to be a male model to be successful. So encouraging
okay.
anyone listening.
Right, so you're being encouraging. Thank you, Fruity. Thank you.
But
you
yeah,
for the
why
encouragement.
is my attitude to be like, no, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I wouldn't respect you any less. Why is that my attitude? But I don't know if it's exactly my natural attitude to women. Doing the same. Does that make me slightly sexist to not put people, to put male and women on this equal platform for it? I think I might have just discovered something about myself that maybe I might not.
You got to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah, no, I think I might have to really consider that, because for me, if you did it, it would be hilarious. I'd be like, yeah, you get him, Cray. You do it. You do that calendar for your annual anniversary of it, whatever you do. But if I had like someone like like a close friend like Liv, for example, do it, would I don't know if I would have the exact same attitude, and does that make me the problem? Because I have to ask that to you too. Would you think of I guess Baz, for example, doing it. This is the most absurd thing to think Baz doing it versus a female friend that's close to you doing it.
I mean, here's my opinion on all of that kind of stuff, and it is equal for me with women and men, and that's do whatever you want to do. If you want to go into straight, full, ball licking porn, that's up to you. I would not think of you, Fruity, any less at all. Not 1 inch, not one bit. And I know that sounds like, oh yeah, right, but it's just the truth. I just wouldn't think of you any less. And if Baz did that, if Baz was a porn star, I would think of him no less. Would I want to date a porn star who did full-blown sexual acts online? No, I wouldn't. I don't think I could date a porn star to that way.
And when I clarify my respect, I must say that it's not lewds. It is nudes. It is more sexual. It's more like explicit content. That's what I'm talking about. Lewds, same for either way. But when it gets to that extra step, when it goes that extra mile, I have to say I'm not. For
me, Fruity, like I think I could date a porn star, right? But my relationship would be just very different. You know, like it would just be very different. Like I don't know how, but I could do it, but I just feel like it would be a fun relationship, if that makes sense. I don't know if I
wouldn't be a real like lifelong relationship.
Yeah, but I think I could date a porn star and have fun, and if she's going out and getting plowed by multiple dudes in a day, it's like cool, like whatever.
Well,
that's your job.
that might be the problem though for her, is to find someone that will be consistent, stable in her life, and you're not gonna be it, so she ain't gonna waste time with you.
Hell no. But I'll watch movies with her.
Great.
Let's find you. I just won't marry her.
Yeah, no, I've actually realized something about myself that I really do need to check.
That's a good thing to realize. That's a good thing to realize.
No, it is. It's not because I believe it is less than me to do it, and that's why, because I believe no matter whatever fuck you do whatever you want to do. But I just think I just have such a, I guess, I want, the female body just feels more, I guess, precious in a way.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Is it time to wrap up? I think it might be time.
It might be time to wrap up. Okay, so in the end, are you a simp, Cray?
Am I a simp? Hell nah.
You're an incel?
I ain't no simp. I ain't no incel. I'm a pimp. Believe that. Believe it. Cray a pimp. Yeah, believe it. On God. Yeah, on the holy man's name. Trust me, bro. Trust me.
At the end of the day, do whatever the fuck you want. What's the point of listening to us? We're just losers.
I'm an idiot, And I'm talking to another idiot, but that's why you listen, because we're idiots.
You can make a lot of money on OnlyFans. It's just getting better and better. Everyone's inside. They got a lot of time. Make an OnlyFans. Make a lot of money. You're welcome for the advice, listeners.
Get into it. Get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Get into it. Make that cash.
Some dude's making a lot of cash only posting pictures of fans, so...
Let's do comments. Ashen Flash 4 days ago, don't know why I said that, said, throughout this episode, I lost and gained brain cells. Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. Okay. I don't know why you had to lose them. Okay. I think,
that was from
I could have been a
philosophy
doctor.
one.
Yeah, I could have worked for NASA, don't you forget it, Fruity.
All right.
Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Trust me.
Red Ninja says, to be completely honest, this podcast was the most enjoyable I've ever seen by far. This is in relation to the philosophy one last week. If you missed it, you should go back and listen to it.
Check it out!
Because that was a great one. This was funny, emotional in a way, and honest in a way, and honest. This is the most I have laughed. It was quiet in my house, and I suddenly laughed so much my family is like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm like, XD. I don't know why
I'm like, XD! Low! Love it. Love it. Thank you very much, Red Ninja. Thank you.
Make sure to leave a comment, and you know what? Next time we won't even read the ones that say good things about the podcast. We won't read
let's
bad
read the
ones.
negative one.
No, we'll read something that's irrelevant to everything.
Or irrelevant ones. Yeah, let's read irrelevant ones.
Yeah.
I love
and
that.
just out of context ones. Let's do it.
Thank you, everyone.
Full of fruits.
Cheers.
Stay cray.
Stay crave. Be full
All
of
in.
fruits. All in podcast. Be all in to everything you do forever. Yep, that's it. Later. We'll catch ya, broski.